Hi, everyone. Welcome back to All Kinds of Advice podcast. For today's podcast episode, we are going to be talking about Kourtney and Kim Kardashian as it relates, to their recent feud, as we see on, their show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which premiered recently. So we're going to talk today about the heated feud between these two sisters. But before I go into this conversation in itself, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let's keep it growing and flowing. And thank you all for your support so far. It's truly, truly appreciated. Oh my goodness. My. Woo! So we see, as I mentioned, season 4 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians has aired, and it seems like, it started off with a bang because the sisters are fighting again. Kim and Kourtney are fighting against each other. They are ready to throw hands, against each other. And this is not the first time we have seen them, sort of go back and forth and, argue with each other. There was even like one time, I believe it was on season 3, where they actually physically fought each other, where they were slapping each other. So it seems like this feud between them is not something that's going to die down anytime soon. And we're here for the shenanigans, we're here for the drama, and we're here to talk about it. So just to give a bit of context, for the individuals that perhaps have not watched the show, so pretty much, Kim and Kourtney are fighting. So pretty much like Kourtney is, sort of blaming and accusing, Kim of copying her collaboration with Dolce and Gabbana. So, we all know that, obviously Kourtney is a married woman and she's married, obviously. Initially on her wedding day, she had collaborated with Dolce and Gabbana for a 90s inspired collection. And what, poor Kourtney thought, she had this, collaboration with Dolce and Gabbana, and she thought, she was the only one. But little did she know, Kim was out here in these streets going, behind her back. And Kim also landed, a collaboration with Dolce and Gabbana. And I have to also say, like, I feel like, Dolce and Gabbana is a bit, messy at the same time. Like, if you were the one that, were coming up with the looks or sponsoring the looks for, Kourtney's wedding, why would you go and have talks behind, Kourtney's back with Kim to have, Kim, take on a collaboration with your company? I find that so messy and so dramatic. I understand as a company, the ultimate goal is obviously, for financial gain and financial increase and setting up the company for further financial success. So you felt that if you've gotten one Kardashian, you could probably get another one, and you chose to go with Kim. So, Kourtney is like extremely upset with Kim for that. And I have to agree with Kourtney. I would have been upset, if my sister, it's my big day, you're supposed to be happy for me, all the attention is supposed to be on me, and then you go behind my back and you take this collaboration. I feel like Kim should have turned this down. It's not like, she needed the money. Like, Kim has like an immense amount of money. Like, that day should have been, all about Kourtney. They could have come to her, no matter the amount of money they pitched at her. You should have just made, this day special to just your sister. So I agree, with Kourtney mentioning that she is extremely, upset about that. And then when Kourtney, in the episode, Kourtney is mentioning to Kim that, she doesn't like the fact that she went ahead with this collaboration. And Kim, being like not taking accountability, says to Kourtney, you're jealous and you're a hater. But she's not listening to what her sister is saying. Like, Kourtney is saying, like, this is my big day. Like, not it's not every day that someone gets married. Like, this Kourtney really wanted to feel supported, and she didn't feel that she was supported when, Kim sort of took this collaboration with Dolce and Gabbana. And then Kim also goes on to say that she tried to do everything, even though she took on this collaboration, she tried to do everything to stay away from visually copying Kourtney in her own collection. And I was like, oh my God, no, she didn't. How are you going to take on a 90s inspired collection And then you're going to say that you did not try copying your sister. Her whole wedding and the whole theme of Kourtney's wedding was inspired by that 90s collection. So how are you going to say that you tried to stay away from that? There's no way that you could have stayed away from that. So I feel like she was being very hypocritical, and she was lying through her teeth, and it's not really good. Like, oh my goodness, imagine you can really, really do this to your own sister. And then she goes on after she says that she tried to stay away from visually copying, her sister Kourtney. She goes on to say, the whole concept of the 90s inspired theme is not really original. Okay, so you're pretty much saying that you copied her style because you're saying that it's not really original and the looks are always going to be similar. But didn't you just say that you tried to stay away from copying her? Like, I don't understand if, Kim sort of thinks before she talks, but I mean, all in all, I feel like, if that was me, I would have been royally pissed off because again, the person is showcasing narcissistic vibes and is not taking accountability for how, they are making you feel, and they're sort of disregarding your feelings. And I feel that's what Kim is doing to Kourtney. Then after, she goes on to ask Kourtney, like, why do you feel so low of me? I'm trying to figure out why you hate me so much. Why are you so angry with me? She's telling her that. Like, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, you're asking your sister why she's mad at you. Again, narcissistic vibes, not taking accountability, not take didn't Kourtney just tell you she felt like you used her wedding as a business opportunity? She felt that you copied her style. She felt that you were not happy for her on her big day. She felt that you didn't truly support her on her big day. What is it that you're not getting the reasons that she's angry? My goodness, like I just cannot believe that she does not seem to know why Kourtney is frustrated with her. Like, it's unbelievable. And then she also goes on to say, like, she feels that, Kim goes to say, like, she feels like Kourtney is a total different person. And she's saying that, we all talk about that you've changed and you're a different person, and, it's frustrated. And I'm just looking at it like, okay, Kim, like, who else is talking about Kourtney behind her back? Like, this is your sister. You shouldn't be going behind her back and, talking about her to other people. I don't feel that's the true like the true way that our sister or a sibling is supposed to treat us. If our sister or our brother has a problem, I feel like they should come to us and talk about it. Or if they have a concern, they should come to us and talk about it, not go behind our backs and talk about certain things. And then, Kourtney is snappy. She's not gonna take any type of bad behavior towards her. She's going to stand up for herself. And I think, last season we see that Kourtney is not going to take the bullying from them anymore, and she's ready to fight back, and as she should. Like, she's the oldest sister. Kim should come to her with respect. So, Kourtney responds by saying, it's because I don't care about you guys anymore. I don't want to be I don't need to be a part of it. And I have to say that I feel like Kourtney, although she stands up for herself, I feel time and time again she continues to film on the show, and it's like, she continues to say, like, oh, she doesn't want to be a part of it. But I feel like sometimes, she keeps talking and there's no actions that are, set in place. If you feel like, recording, keeping up with the Kardashians is toxic, or you want to limit, your relationship with your sisters for the most part, I feel like you should, say this, and then your action should be like, yes, I'm done, rather than every single season you're saying, like, oh, they did this to me and I'm done. Be done and just, go to the family events. But you don't have to be on TV. You have a really good life. You have a really supportive husband in Travis. Take that and run, and really mean it when you say that you're going to walk away from all of this. I know the money is nice, and maybe your publicist, perhaps, your mom, who's your manager, is telling you that even if you're worked up or you felt like, your sisters did something to you that was not, nice, you should continue to be on the show. But I feel like Kourtney needs to really sit down and reflect whether, money is important or how she feels mentally is more important. I feel like, she really, really needs to sit down and think that into take that into consideration. And then Kim takes things a step further, because I feel like she's, being very bullish in terms in her interaction with Kourtney. She says that, all of your closest friends are talking negatively behind your back. All of your friends are complaining to us. You think that they're coming to you, but they're actually coming to us, and complaining about you. And I feel whether and Kourtney, you need to get rid of these friends. All your friends that you have, get rid of them right now, because if they're going, behind your back and talking about you, those are not, genuine friends, and those friends don't really mean you well. You know what I mean? Our friends are not supposed to go to our family members and be talking shit about us behind our backs. So I feel like, that's a big wake up call. Even though Kim was being, vindictive by telling Kourtney that, and she clearly tried to hurt Kourtney. I feel that's a wake up call, and Kourtney needs to have new friends, or no friends at all, or just keep it like with acquaintances. And I feel like, Kim was a little bit messy. Like, even if, Kourtney's friends came to you and they mentioned something, you should have stopped them at, like, when they started even like one sentence where they were saying something negative about, Kourtney. You should have stopped them right in their tracks. But you sort of commended this, and you wanted them to talk bad against your sister. Unbelievable, out of control. I just cannot believe this actually happened. And then she also mentions that they have a group chat, so it's not just verbally complaining. That it's not that they're all verbally just complaining about Kourtney. They also have a group chat that's labeled "Not Kourtney," where they're talking about her. And I'm like, talk, these rich people really, really do have time on their hands. And I feel like Kim is jealous of Kourtney. Ever since, Kourtney got with Travis, Travis really, really loves Kourtney. And I feel that, Kim is jealous of that. Like, she feels as though she should have like a man, like Kourtney, that loves her. So I think that's where a lot of the aminosity comes from between, Kourtney and Kim. And one thing I must remind you guys of, remember in one of those episodes, I don't remember the particular season, where Kim was like, you are the least favorite to look at. Oh, so your words have now come back to bite you, because apparently she's not the least favorite to look at. Travis loves and adores this woman. So come on now. Come on now, Kim. We're gonna need to. What did you say? I'm sorry, we can't hear you. What did you say? Okay. Kourtney proved you wrong. Kourtney proved you wrong. Like, out of control. And then, on top of that, Kim also goes on to ask Kourtney if she's genuinely happy, because, Kourtney's friends and, other members of the family are concerned, if Kourtney is genuinely happy. And I'm thinking, like, where did this come from? Do you see how, Travis is loving on this woman? We see it in their pictures. Even I think it was reported a couple weeks ago, that Kourtney, she's currently pregnant, and she had a health scare as it relates to the baby. And, Travis was on like one of his shows, and he fully stopped that show and went to the hospital to make sure his wife was good. This man treats this woman like a queen. I don't even doubt for a minute that she is unhappy. Absolutely not. I feel like she's truly, truly, truly happy. That's what I think, in my opinion, at least. And then, Kourtney goes on to say that she is, not in a great mood when she's around her sisters. It sort of triggers her when she's around her sisters, but when she's away from them, she's totally happy. She has a sense of peace around her, that sort of thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, Kourtney, yes, the money is good, but if your sisters are causing you to be unhappy, run from that show, baby girl. Run from that show. You don't need the money. You have money, and the man that you're married to, he also has money. Perhaps do some other business ventures. Like, run from that show. It's getting tiring now, and I'm tired of the beef going back and forth with her and Kim, time and time again. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and then also Kim takes it up because Kim is ready to fight. That's what I think, in my opinion. Kim goes on to tell her that, her own kids, Kourtney's own kids complain about her behind her back, and then we see in the episode, Kourtney starts crying, and I feel like whatever beef, Kim and Kourtney have against each other, I feel like she should not have, told Kourtney that her kids are talking, about her behind her back. That's gonna hurt any parent to hear something like that. That's gonna make any parent emotional. And I feel like, and then she even, resulted to call like Kim a witch and all that sort of thing. And I felt like that was warranted. What did you want her to tell you? Like, you just told this woman that her own kids, which she didn't even know, are coming, to you and complaining about her. How do you think she's going to feel? Like, you already copied, her wedding theme. You made her wedding a business opportunity. And even Kourtney also mentioned that Kim, complained the entire duration of the wedding. And, again, like, who wants someone to come to their wedding and be a Debbie Downer? Who wants someone to come to their wedding and is not truly, truly, happy for them, especially when it's coming from a family member? Like, that is just crazy. And then Kourtney, as I said, Kourtney's always going to stand up for herself. Kourtney says, you know what? I feel like everything is always about you. You are a narcissist. Anything you do, it's about you and how it looks to the world about you. That's what she says. Like, she's telling, Kim, like, when you're not the center of attention, like, you lose your mind. You don't want anyone else to be the center of attention. And I feel like, Kim, this was Kourtney's big day. You couldn't give her the center of attention for a couple of hours or for the whole day. Come on now, you could have done that. Hello, baby girl. You really need like, I have talked about Kim on my channel before and I've supported her. I am not saying that I have anything against Kim, but I have to, bring commentary that is non-biased, and I have to call Kim out when I feel like, she is showcasing narcissistic vibes. Period. Okay? But all in all, it seems as though, the season is going to be hot and spicy. It seems like, this feud is not going to die down anytime soon between Kim and Kourtney. I feel like both of them really, really need to do some therapy and counseling sessions to sort of get over the hump. But I think what will really, really help them to repair this relationship is Kim taking accountability for when she's wrong and not throwing jabs and trying to hurt her sister even further when her sister is telling her or is vocalizing, when you did this is how it made me feel. But all in all, I am ready for the episodes that are going to come through, especially not just focusing on just Kim and Kourtney, but the other family members as well. Let me know if you watched the this particular episode with Kim and Kourtney, when, they were going back and forth about, and as it relates to also their conversation that they had over the phone. Let me know what you think. Do you feel like this is all scripted, or do you feel like this is genuinely how the sisters think about each other? But that's my 2 cents on this whole, feud between Kim and Kourtney. Don't forget to like, share, and comment and subscribe to this channel. Again, let's keep it growing and flowing. Thank you so much for your support. But I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Take care. Ciao.